Hello, friends, and welcome to the 9th episode of the Squad Pod. My name is Maddock Jr., and I will be your host for the week. This week on the pod, we will be discussing Rogue Company, Rocket Arena, and the many, many other games we played this week. But before we get to all of that, hot dropping into the battlefield this week, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Kevin Asex. How you doing, Kevin?
8th episode, huh? Crazy. 8th episode.
It's
episode 9, Kevin.
Shh, quiet. No one needs to know that I ever messed this up.
That was crazy.
Yeah. And rounding out the small squad for the week, we have the White Claw Wizard who got real White Claw the other night. Washburn. How's it going, Washburn?
Maddock, you've got stairs, but I've got Clorox wipes. Who's the richer one? We'll never know.
Oh, no.
We'll never know.
You guys should trade. Get the
If you're looking to get stairs, you can go to stairs.com/squadpod for a 10% discount on stairs.
Oh, man.
You doing good otherwise there, Washburn?
Oh, yeah, I'm good, dude. Yeah, busy weekend. A lot of games this week.
Yeah, lots of games.
Holy moly, stairs.com is a real thing. All things stairs.
Good to know.
Wow.
All right. Who wants to kick it off with what we've been playing this week? Which game do we want to start out with this week? There's so many to choose from. I guess we can start out by mentioning that I didn't, but the rest of you played a little bit more of the Fall Guys beta, and it was the same as last weekend. So not much has changed there. Still great.
2 new games, I think. 2 or 3 new games.
Yeah, one of the games that's new this weekend.
There was 2 or 3.
We didn't play last weekend. Yeah, was that final match where it's one tail. So the other games that we played last weekend.
That's the one that Flurple, known fan art maker
of the show.
Of the Squad Pod, Flurple, he won with the tail thing. There's a clip of it on his Twitter account from last weekend.
Okay, maybe it was just weird roll, and we didn't get that one last weekend.
Really?
But
I think
that was one that we played this weekend that none of us played last weekend. So that's super weird.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how many people are left and what they decide. Because I think that's one where it's less than 10 people are left. They'll do that one sometimes.
Yeah. That one would be mayhem with more than 10 people. But yeah, Fall Guys, good as ever. I mean, it was as good this weekend as it was last weekend. It's going to be in the conversation for Game of the Year. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. What were the other ones that you thought were new? Do you know?
Other than that tail one in the final round, I don't know if I remember any new ones this weekend that we didn't see last weekend.
Cool.
Kevin, what about you?
What was new? I can't remember what else was new from it. I just when they said 3 levels was on here. Was Jinx there last week? I don't remember.
I don't remember if we got Jinx
What's
last
Jinx?
week. So Jinx is it's 2 teams. And one person on each team starts out jinxed, which just means
I played that one.
You have a cloud of dust around you, and the first team to get completely jinxed, or it's essentially infected. The first team to get completely infected loses.
Yeah. I think they might have removed it for a little while because there was maybe people were doing it in your game still, where you hang on the wall and you can't get jinxed. There's a bug.
Right about that. I don't think you were able to hang on the wall anymore because I tried that recently.
Interesting.
And I guess that's how. Was there new things? I could have sworn they said new things. I don't know.
I mean, maybe we just didn't get the role because, you said Flurple played that tail one in the last round the weekend before. We obviously didn't. So maybe there are a couple things we still haven't seen. I'm a big fan, and we talked about this right before we went live. I like the races. The races for me are just the best. But the gate crash, the door dash, the whirly jig, all of those ones, dizzy heights, where it's just first one to the finish line. Those are my favorite because it just devolves into mayhem so quickly.
Yeah, it's definitely. It will be exciting to see if they have anything besides a few new games for the full release or not, and if there's private matches. I feel like they haven't mentioned anything.
There's not going to be private matches. That would be crazy to me if there are private matches on launch.
I thought they said they were. Were they not?
I haven't seen anything like that confirms that.
Yeah,
I hope they do. I mean, I'd love that. Obviously, we're lucky enough to be in a position where we could probably fill a lobby, if
with our friends.
if we ran privates. But I haven't seen anything that confirms that.
Yeah. All right, and then do you have something else to say about it?
We're gonna have 25 maps, pretty much a full 25.
And we think they have 15 or
about
20 right now. So it's at least 5 new ones.
Yeah, or 10 new ones. I think it's more.
Mm-hmm.
I think we only play like 15 of them.
Yeah,
okay.
They confirmed 25 maps on launch, with more to come down the road.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to rotate and add to consistently keep the people coming back to this game, I would say.
Yep. I think one of the reasons I want privates, in addition to just the fact that we could get everybody in, is the ability to choose the rotation.
Which one.
Because there are games in there that I don't vibe with nearly as much as some of the races, like the tail tag, the egg, the 3 teams trying to get eggs in the basket.
Yeah, or the one where you bump the ball around is also not really that fun.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of any of the team ones, really, compared to the race ones.
Yeah,
I like the soccer. Like the soccer is
Soccer's fun.
The soccer is the one team one that I really enjoy, and the 3 teams with the volleyballs, trying to keep the volleyballs in your own zone. I kind of like that one too. I just don't like the ones where don't like them. I don't like them as much, I should say, because they are still fun. But just like the ones where like jinxed, infected, or eggs, the pushing the ball down the hill, the ones where it's like a singular objective, like tails, things like that. I'm not as big of a fan of.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But we'll see, and we'll be talking about it next week for sure, as it will be full release. And we are definitely going to play, because one Snowbike Mike is hyper addicted to this game, I would say. Good thing Warzone Season 5 is also coming out this week for us to mix it up a little bit. But next we played a little bit of Rogue Company. What did everyone think of Rogue Company?
Kevin,
or do you want to give it the breakdown? The breakdown about what Rogue Company is all about?
Kevin, you want to go first on this one?
Rogue Company? I'm not really good at explaining things, so.
Okay, I'll give the explanation, and then we'll go to you for your opinions on it. How about that?
Go for it.
That sounds good.
Do you have an explanation somewhere here? Or like,
So, no, I don't have it. I'm just going off the top of the dome here, Kevin. Rogue Company is a third-person shooter with powers, and different loadouts for each character. There's about 10 characters, I would say, maybe. And it's kind of in the style of a Valorant or Call of Duty Search and Destroy. There's one game mode that's you have 1 life. People can pick you back up, but it's a search and destroy type mode, so people go and plant the bomb. And then there's a second mode where it's like you hold a point, and when you're killed, you have a certain amount of, while you're holding the point, I think it's decreasing the other team's lives overall.
Every 30 seconds, it takes one of their lives.
And it's just whoever can survive the longest. So even if you are losing, if your team stays alive at the end, you can still win. It's more of a team deathmatch thing. I had a pretty good time with that mode. I didn't really like the search and destroy type as much. But it's just those 2 basic modes for the moment, I would say. And it's a shooter and a third-person one with a few extra powers.
So this is from High Res Studios, who also made Realm Royale, who also made Smite.
Also made but Paladins, right?
Paladins, yeah. And I think this is probably the best thing they've ever done. And I say that, and take that with a grain of salt, because like I'm not a huge fan of most of the things they've ever done. But I enjoyed Rogue Company. I enjoyed playing it. I think the thing with these games, and we'll get to this when we get to Rocket Arena, which is something we played last week. You have to have a cast of characters that is memorable and diverse enough to just be able to recall off the top of your head. This is why Overwatch is so successful. And I think this is where Rogue Company stumbles a little bit, because the main cast of characters that you have here, the only difference between them is which guns they use.
Yeah,
and a couple of them,
and a couple powers.
A couple of them use the same guns.
True.
So you've got your medic guy, you've got your sniper, you've got the guys running with assault rifles, you got shotgun guys, and each character has an alt that you can use. And I played as Dallas a lot, and I think his alt is just sort of like he sends out sort of a Promethean vision thing, like from Halo 4, where he can see through walls and see where the enemies are. The sniper girl's alt was like an electric smoke, which I thought that was pretty cool. But the gameplay wise, I thought it felt good, and I understand how competitive these search and destroy things are, and I think that's obviously like the marquee mode is that search and destroy mode, because it is there's a little Counter-Strike in there where you go in, you play around, one team has the bomb, the other team's defending, and after each round you go back and you buy with money you earn.
I forgot about that.
Kills or winning the match, or a round rather. And so it is sort of like Valorant / Counter-Strike mixed with, that third person over the shoulder feel of like a Fortnite. I enjoyed it. The problem I had with the deathmatch mode or the lives inventory mode was the spawns are just awful. And something like that can kill a mode, really, really quick. If you're spawning in front of people, if you're spawning in people's scopes, and the main objective is to not die, that's super frustrating. But like I said, obviously the marquee mode is that search and destroy mode.
Kevin, what did you think of it?
You kind of need to make the maps a bit bigger so that we won't get spawn killed.
Yeah.
That way you can, disperse a lot of people. But yeah, I counted them. They had 13 characters you can choose from.
Okay.
What did I play? I think I played as Ronin. Yeah, that's the sword chick. And who was it? The healing guy. I don't remember who that was.
Is it FaZe?
Saint?
Saint.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah. I played as those two were the only ones I played as. Other than that, I thought it was okay. It was alright. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, the third person really threw me off, but once you got into it, you kind of got used to third person and third person shooting, so I had fun with it. Yeah, you're right. I like the search and destroy a bit more, just because it was one life and kind of got to be kind of strategic about it. And what was the other one we had? What was the other? Oh, okay, yeah, you said the capture points. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one was bad just because of the bomb killing.
Yeah, the maps are obviously built for around that search and destroy mode.
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah, the respawning wasn't taken into account when they were building the maps, it felt like.
Yeah. But that one I kind of do like, because you were just able to respawn as many times as we can. I mean,
yeah,
we got
it gets you a better feel.
Yeah. So you got like a better feel of the characters you were playing as, a better look at the map. So that was alright. Overall, it's okay. How much is it? Do you guys know? $15, right?
Well, it's gonna be free.
It's gonna be free, but like the standard, the Founders, whatever it's called, it's $15 if you want to play now.
So to get into the beta now, you have to buy. There's 3 editions. There's the 15, a 30, and a 45. I think intervals of 15, and each edition gives you more and more champions to unlock.
Oh, gotcha.
So, and I know you guys got codes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know if you go in and you just have the beta code, you
don't have anything unlocked.
You won't get anything. I ended up paying the $15 to just get that standard edition, and I came in with the Phantom character unlocked, the sniper girl. Yeah, super cool character. So I think the more money you pay for a certain edition, I think the last edition just gives you all the characters.
You think that $15 was worth it? You think maybe you could have gotten the beta code and you would have been fine?
I think it's something I'll go back to. I had enough fun with this to where if sometime you guys said, "Hey, let's fire that up and get sweaty for a couple search and destroy rounds," like I would be down for that. And I think that's a huge success for this game, and I think it's really cool that Hi-Res Studios sort of struck while the iron was hot with like this little search and destroy craze that we're in right now with Valorant and making a game that is very similar to Valorant in many ways, from the buying to the search and destroy to just the overall competitiveness of it. Yeah, the different characters with powers. So I wouldn't be surprised if I do go back and play this again. Whether it's with you guys or I know JD and Pirate
JD
and
loves
Steve
it.
Are playing a whole lot of this.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not, it's not going to blow your socks off, but it's good. I think it's pretty good.
I mean, it did blew my socks off when the animation kicked in. I was looking at it and I was like, "Damn, this is really smooth." And
I was about to say the things that I liked a lot were like the graphics look really good.
Mm-hmm.
The intro cinematic where it's like Washburn as whatever character he's playing is like super sick, and I thought that was very slick and very cool. And then launching off the ship and coming down as like a way to deploy into the map, I thought was a great choice because it kind of mixes up the spread of people instead of everyone starting from that one back point. Yeah, and it takes away that pre-time when everyone's just like running around.
That was just a way for, in my opinion, like the diving in. That's just sort of a way to give you a safe buy zone because like you go in this plane, and that's where you buy before each map or each round, and nobody can get you in that plane, so you can spend a couple extra seconds in that plane deciding what you want to buy because you do have to make decisions in the buy. And I would say that's where this game surpasses Valorant in many respects, is like if you buy a certain primary, you're not going to be able to get that other one because then you can go and buy upgrades for that primary.
Yeah, so I guess the difference,
if you switch your primary halfway through the game, you're at a loss if you want to upgrade that weapon.
You don't lose your guns when you die though, as opposed to Valorant. So you're buying because you died in Valorant, not as much because you're upgrading stuff.
Yeah, it makes the buy in Rogue Company more meaningful, I think, because you can also buy perks. You know what I mean? So you do have to make that decision of, am I going to run an assault rifle or am I going to run an SMG? Because once you make that decision, there's no going back on it unless you want to, be trailing in the buy and upgrading your weapons and having enough perks and abilities and stuff like that to use.
Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, you have to decide on the gun, which is why when I was playing, I switched people a whole bunch of times. I tried out like 4 or 5 of the characters probably. I would say I liked the gun with the 4x scope on it the best, but I felt like that left you at a disadvantage in terms of like being able to like use your shoulder buttons or your shoulders to like aim around, and that kind of left you at a disadvantage. But that gun felt the best to me. The base AK kind of looking gun, I did not like at all. And then the LMG guy was pretty good too. Yeah, I liked that gun a lot.
I only played as Dallas, who has like a basic assault rifle, and then I played as Phantom, who runs a sniper rifle. I had a lot of fun with the sniper rifle. But yeah, I would like to go in and try some of those other characters as well.
Yeah, it took some getting used to, but I think after a little bit of playing, I was definitely a little bit more into it than I was expecting to be. It's kind of like a take it or leave it thing. If someone, like you said, if someone was like, "Hey, let's go do this," I'd probably go play a few rounds. But if no one says anything to me, am I going to play this game again by myself? Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games that we say this for so many games, and I'm almost to a point where like every game's better with your friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's definitely
true. This is
It's
one
true,
of those games where that's very true. Like this, Rogue Company, especially in the search and destroy, that big marquee mode, you don't want to go in solo.
Yeah, and yeah, that's definitely true of Valorant as well. It's not fun when you're playing alone, but some games are just better at bringing you back. Like, because I'll play Halo alone and I'll play Call of Duty alone, but I will not play certain games alone. That's for sure.
Yeah,
they're all better with friends.
It's not like if I was gonna play Rogue Company alone, I probably wouldn't mind jumping into that team deathmatch mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there was something to grind for, something to achieve.
Sure.
But yeah, it's these search and destroy modes like Valorant, Rogue Company. That's not just mindless. You can't just jump in and expect to win if you're not communicating with your team.
Correct. All right. And then you guys got into a little bit of the Rocket Arena the other night.
Well, before we
What
move
did you
on
think?
from Rogue Company,
What?
is it crossplay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Free crossplay. On Hybrid Studios big on that. Like we were playing Realm Royale, and I remember looking
you were
at
on
the
Xbox.
Yeah, I was on Xbox, and I remember looking at their website and saying they're essentially said like we believe all of our players should be able to play together regardless of platform, which
Nice.
that's a big deal.
Is crossplay with everything?
Probably not, because PlayStation doesn't like to play nice unless it's Fortnite.
It might be now, because like I feel like when they were making Realm or like some of those other games a year and a half, 2 years ago, PlayStation was definitely less friendly to it than they are now.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That's one big plus about Rogue Company. So try it out.
Yeah, I would say definitely try it, especially when it comes out free.
Especially if you can get it for free. Yeah.
Launch, yeah.
All right. So Rocket Arena. What did you guys think of the Rocket Arena?
Rocket Arena.
Oh yeah.
Crazy, huh, Washburn? What a crazy game that game was.
When we started, I was like, uh-oh. You know what I mean? It's like for the first couple matches we played, I was like, oh boy, here we go. This is a real stinker. And then after, 4 or 5 matches, I was like, oh, okay, I'm starting to get this. Like I started to, feel the flow of the game, pick up on these different sort of mechanics that Rocket Arena presents you. And like I said, where Rogue Company doesn't have a very diverse, memorable cast of characters, Rocket Arena has one of the best cast of characters, in recent memory. Every character is completely
like Apex Legends style unique.
I would say even more so because they run completely different weapons and have completely different abilities. It reminded me a lot of Overwatch, where it's like, all right, here's this old man character who's like one of the only ones with a jetpack who has these barrages he can call in. Here's the character that I played who shot like icicles, like May, and could grapple up to places. Here's this big pirate who just is sort of this behemoth that runs around the map and has abilities that are for, spacing and things like that. And I thought if there's one thing Rocket Arena does well, it is its characters. So you got to give kudos to them for that. The game, it's fine, And Kevin, I don't know how you felt about it. Like it didn't blow me away. I think we had a decent amount of fun with it.
Yeah, we had fun. I felt like it's like an Overwatch Smash Bros type of game because the way to kill people, you gotta knock them out of the arena, and they have like health bars. So like once the health bar goes like red, kind of like what Smash Bros has it on theirs, you one hit pretty much can knock them out of the game and kills them, and they come back. There's no like, you don't really load into the game again like other games do. You just kind of, the character just flies around to a different part of the map and then spawns back like that. So you really don't die in a way.
Yeah, it's a great comparison, Kev. I didn't think about it in a Smash Bros sense, other than you got to knock them off of the stage. But each character has a damage meter, and the higher you fill that damage meter, the further they fly back. It's just like Smash Bros in that regard too. And once they get that damage meter all the way to the top, it only takes one hit to send them flying out of the arena, which. Yeah, that's a great way to describe this. It's like Smash Bros mixed with Overwatch. I think, that's a good
except in this
pitch.
one, you can heal back up to like normal status, unlike Smash and Overwatch, where you kind of like you need to heal with a support character, or like Smash, you need to grab an item to heal back. But this one, you could just heal back by getting away from the battle and waiting for the bar to go down.
Yeah, but that's tough. Like, because it does take
the arenas
a pretty
are small.
decent amount of time, and the arenas are small and it's fast.
Yeah, and then you don't know who other people are playing as, so they can have like a crazy bomb go near you and that can knock you out. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. It was fun.
Yeah, I think this is a game, and I said this while we were playing it, like, this is a PC game, man. This is a game that I think is probably built for computer, mouse and keyboard, because the way that you can move, you have triple jump. Every character has triple jump, which is awesome. But you can also shoot the ground, and that's called rocket jumping.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And you can shoot the ground, jump higher. You can also go up
That
to a
seems like a very
wall.
PC thing.
Yeah, you can also go up to a wall and shoot at the wall repeatedly, and it will boost your character up into the sky. So there's like, you have all these options where if you aim here, this will happen. If you aim here, this will happen. And being able to do that really quickly is hard on a controller, for being honest. And I think, on a keyboard and mouse, this is probably a lot easier to be proficient at.
That's fair. That makes sense with how fast paced, and whenever you can do like, whenever shooting has like an additional like mechanic to it, I feel like a lot of times it works a little bit better with the mouse and keyboard.
Exactly. Yeah, and shooting is like shooting is the mechanic. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
In Rocket Arena, like every character has different weapons, and the way that these weapons operate. Some of them are short range, some of them are long range, some of them are medium range. The bullet velocity, they're all rockets. Everybody's shooting rockets. Some rockets go fast, some rockets go slow, some rockets go straight, some rockets go in an arc. And I think the biggest thing with this game is just the cast of characters is so diverse, and the way that each of them operates and gets around the map is so diverse, and all the abilities are so different. So I had more fun with this than I thought I was going to in those first couple matches.
That's good.
Yeah, fun overall.
We have to also talk about this game came out at a $40 tag.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too.
That's tough.
That's a big deal breaker for some people. Luckily for us, we got it for $5 because it was on sale.
Yeah, it came out at a $40
It was also
tag.
a free play weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, it came down. It came out at a $40 tag. Went down to I think $10 or $15 like a week later, and then this previous weekend it was free weekend with a $5 sale. So
nice.
I think what they're just trying to get this game into people's hands.
Yeah, you got to have a population for a multiplayer game. Can't gate it against a $40 tag in today's scenarios of free games everywhere.
I think Kevin, go ahead.
I feel like they should have gone that route, like Rogue Company did.
Yeah, that would have been smart.
Have some characters like not locked. Actually, yeah, some characters locked, and you have to like maybe buy them if you want, or save up in the in-game currency to get them. But yeah, like that way, just to get the price a bit down to help them out. Yeah, this game is not bad. Pretty fun.
I think having some characters locked would be a real struggle for this game though, because imagine going into a game like Overwatch and like May is just locked. Reinhardt's just locked. Like that would suck. Like that would turn people off in a big way. And this is this studio's first game ever, and it's an EA original. And I could just be talking, gibberish here. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not some sort of insider, but like it feels to me like this is just a small team within EA that was like, let's go make this little fun game. We've got an idea. EA said, all right, here's some money. Go do this little side project. It felt to me like Grounded a little bit, where it's just like, here's this little side project that we can throw out there, and if we have to charge people $5 for it, whatever. We were originally going to ask 40. This isn't something we need. This isn't something needs. So yeah, if it stays at $5, I think that's a good price point for it, $5 to $10. But yeah, that $40 ask was disastrous.
It's a lot just for a multiplayer game.
What was Rocket Arena just makes me think of that other game. I feel like it was a Ubisoft game, the skating game. Kevin, where is that game?
Roller Champions.
Roller Champions. Yeah, I was thinking of that.
I mean, I don't know what to find out the next
that game. I want that game.
We'll find out next Ubisoft showcase thing, because
I signed up for alpha or beta or whatever they're on right now, and I never got an email, sadly.
Damn, I got the email the week of Mike was playing as well, so I played it with him a bit.
Yeah,
that game was tough though, but
that was when I signed up, and I still haven't gotten any notification. Sadly,
that's messed up. Ubisoft, call us, Squad Pod.
Squad Pod.
You know
We
where to
want to squad
contact
up.
us. Just contact Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know him already.
Yeah, I don't know where that's at though, but we'll find out. Hopefully next Ubisoft thing.
All right, and then we all hopped into a little bit of the Grounded. It's Grounded is a survival game where you are placed in your backyard as a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids scenario, and you can build spears and axes and shovels and all sorts of stuff, and the ants will attack you and the spiders will attack you, and you have to eat bugs and drink water to survive. That's like the main pitch. It is in alpha or game preview on Xbox. It's free with Game Pass. I would definitely give it a try. But right now it looks like the story is 30-40 minutes long right now. They haven't fleshed that out, but they have fleshed out the game, I would say, a decent amount. What was everyone's impressions of Grounded?
So like you can't really even call it a story because it's essentially just a tutorial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I did reach the end of that and it said like end of story content, I was like, that's a weird decision. You know what I mean?
It felt like that was a weird decision. So.
Yeah. And this is a survival game. And none of these survival games start big. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It also feels more polished than any other survival game I've played.
Yes, and that's where it gets the most credit. Is like this game runs smooth as butter on Xbox and on PC. I'm sure it's even better. And I remember hearing Alana say this thing plays in ultra wide. So if you have an ultra wide monitor, like that's super cool too. But I enjoyed it. I think this is a great little side project for Obsidian. Sort of a live service thing that they can keep going, keep building on over time. Right now, you're going to get 4 or 5 hours out of it. Like I feel like that's what you're going to get out of this right now. Is about 4 or 5 hours.
Unless you're into the building a lot.
Right. And yeah, unless you want to build a crazy base. But in about 4 or 5 hours, you're going to sort of hit that plateau where it's like, all right, I've pretty much done everything I can do right now. And we played it for about 2 hours and some change. And then we sort of we were feeling like we were hitting that plateau. We said, let's come back and let's look at some guides, sort of get some inspiration. I went into creative mode, and something I do with these games a lot when they launch or when I'm learning them is I want to go into creative mode to see what I can eventually get to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that with Grounded. There is a creative mode. It's super cool. And I just sort of ran around the whole backyard and looked at all my building options, and we were pretty much there. Like we
really?
Yeah. And that's when I figured out, was like, okay, we could probably play this for another 2 to 3 hours and have done everything. So I mean, it's on Game Pass. You know, if you have Game Pass for PC, Game Pass for Xbox, whatever, try it. It's if you hate spiders, there's even an arachnophobia mode. But I really like this, and I think that again, this is just something Obsidian can just build on over time and sort of go back to.
Kevin, what did you think?
It was fun at first. I think I'd rather wait for the story to come out.
Yeah,
a more full-fledged story, because we kind of did. I feel like, I mean, we could have done more in that game, but I just want to find out what's going on in the world, like why were they shrunken down?
Yeah, what was inside the tree, all that stuff.
Yeah, and like I guess we're not the first people to be shrunken down, because we did see like a skeleton of someone.
Mm-hmm.
So like I just want to know more on what's going on overall than keep surviving and doing that type of stuff. Because that's why my side never really clicked with like Ark and like what else is there? No survival game.
Rust.
Minecraft.
Well, Minecraft, it's just, fun building stuff. But yeah, like you can pretty much build anything on Minecraft. But yeah, but like Ark, it really didn't. It kind of does click with me, but there's no really story to it. There is kind of a small story on like what's going on in that world, but like it doesn't really tell me like go do this mission and go to this pillar and find out what's going on and what are you doing here? It's nothing like that. So that's why I like.
It's more of just a straight survival game instead of like there being a story. I do like the idea of a story too.
Yeah, Ark is just extremely deep.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, like Minecraft is too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, because I mean, technically with Minecraft, you can finish, I guess, a quote unquote story because you do get to the end dragon,
right?
Defeat the Ender Dragon.
Yeah, and that's the end of it. But yeah, but with Ark, yeah, it's kind of more deep because I remember one time I did explore pretty far into the world I was in, and I found like this weird pillar, like you see off in the distance. I traveled into it, and I'm like, it's just weird what's going on in that world. But like with Grounded, I really just want to like have something similar to that, but since it's like in game preview, we're really not gonna get that until like much later on. So I'd rather just wait for it to fully kind of like release, so I know like what's going on and have fun with that instead of just building and building and building.
Yeah, I felt like the graphics were really cool. They gave you a really good sense of scale. The ants just wandering around and not attacking you unless you attack them is like great. The spiders being just absolutely enormous and terrifying is kind of awesome. As we were running away from them in the dark to try and get back to our base, I thought that was a great time. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait until see like their full-fledged story for this and like what they got going on. And then I'm sure there'll be like more building options and stuff as well added in. But right now it seems like it's like in terms of building, it's like if there was only dirt bricks in Minecraft and you were just building with dirt bricks and that was it.
Right.
And I feel like in the future they have the potential to like add like a variety of things, and all of a sudden you can have like an insane base with stairs and a roof and all that kind of stuff. But I enjoyed it. We built a little base. It was interesting. Definitely a cool idea. And like seeing all the stuff and being like, oh, I need to go to the tree. And then you just look up and you can see the tree. And then you run to the tree and then you're there. Like I thought that as like a way to navigate the world was great as well. So they've definitely done a good job, and they have a very good base for this game, I would say.
Yeah, it's a great foundation, and even in like the first that little tiny chunk of story content there is, it nails that trademark Obsidian tone. You know what I mean? That we all know from games like Fallout, games like Outer Worlds, where they present you with the situation and it's like, oh, this is sort of goofy and fun. And then, like Kevin said, you see a skeleton, you see, oh no, somebody's been here before. And you start to like barely uncover just the fact that something possibly sinister has happened. And getting to learn what that is over time, I think is going to be really fun.
For sure. The next thing that I played a lot this week was Forza Horizon 4. We hopped into the battle royale there, which I hadn't played before. I had played a lot of Horizon, but I hadn't played the battle royale. I enjoyed it. It's kind of like slow paced to a certain degree because you just drive around looking for other cars, and then it doesn't really force you to race anyone. And then if you do end up racing someone and then you're out, it's just kind of disappointing. I don't know. It's just like I spent like 20 minutes driving around randomly. Yeah, there's no gulag. You're not respawning. But it's definitely an interesting take on a battle royale. But just playing that for one night got me like re-addicted to that game. And I probably played like 5 or 6 hours of it this week. And I had a great time. And you just like get back into the feel, and I downloaded the Lego DLC and just had an absolutely blast. The Lego DLC is so excellent.
Yeah, it's Forza Horizon 4 Solo is probably the best racing game ever. I might argue.
Horizon in general is the best. I like the Horizon one.
I'm more of a
I've never played a motorsport.
I'm more of a motorsport guy because I love going around a track. I love setting times. But the world and the setting of Horizon is specifically 3 and 4. 3 was in Australia. This one's in London. It still has that signature Forza feel, the same driving mechanics and style. And Solo, this game is a blast. I also jumped into the battle royale. We did try to play together, and it seems like there's just something wrong with the online in this game.
The menu system, I think, obfuscates the ability to just team up and race.
Right.
You just want to go and select a race and get your friends in there. That's like all you really want. And it was difficult to do that.
Yeah, and it's just not explained to you how to do that.
Yeah.
We got it to work a couple times, but yeah.
I think the battle royale is a lot of fun. If there's one critique I had of it, it's just there needs to be more cars to pick up. Like you drive around in that starting Mini Cooper for so long until you find a car to pick up, and they're just
I think sometimes the cars are worse than the Mini Cooper, though.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it'd be a lot more fun if there were more cars scattered around the map for you to pick up and drive. But it is a unique battle royale, and it's fun to play.
Kevin, any thoughts on Forza, or are you just
fast cars? It's crazy. What a crazy game!
So fast.
I'm not really I'm not super into like fast cars, like that type of games, but I do like. That's why I like Horizon, because I just like driving around sometimes.
Yeah.
So like
you can get lost in that world just driving around too.
Yeah, and like I do want to get like more cars, especially that Warthog. I really want that Warthog that you guys have. But I'm like, I don't have that much money, and I don't play as much. But
yeah,
the
it takes a lot of fun.
Eliminator was fun. I kind of liked it. Not bad.
Yeah. And then you guys hopped into a Fallout 76 BR. How are we feeling on the Fallout 76 BR this week?
I'll be honest, because I know Kevin, you like this game a lot more than I do.
Yeah, you know what? Before we go there, we're not gonna rank it yet. We just played a couple games.
Oh yeah, I didn't even play it.
We just gotta talk briefly about it because I played it before.
I went in. I went in with the lowest of low expectations, and came out thinking it was pretty good, and now pleasantly surprised by the Fallout 76 Battle Royale. I think it's called Nuclear Winter.
Yeah,
but you start with you can squad up with 4. You pick your starting point. You run around. You loot up. You might find some power armor. There might be some enemies around the map, some NPCs. And it plays like a battle royale should play. And if I had one critique of it, it's just that it's so brown. It's so drab and boring to look at, but like it's fun. It's fun to play.
That's Fallout.
I had a decent enough time with it.
Yeah, the way it looks, it's just like that's how that Fallout map looks like. It's not like the other games like Fallout 4, kind of more colored, more bright. And then again, for Fallout 4, you come out of the vault like 100 years later or something like that.
200 years, yeah.
Yeah, and then with this one, Fallout 76, you're out of the vault. You're the first people out of the vault, so it looks really like dry and just dead everywhere. So that's why it looks like that. But yeah, that what's Battle Royale? Not bad. Interesting.
Yeah, way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
Like if y'all wanted to hop into it again, I definitely would, because we
have to rank it at some point. I think.
Especially after that. The first match I got in, I was confused, like I am with every new battle royale. And then as soon as I figured out if you press up on the D-pad, it brings up your wheel. Yeah, and you can just select your items from there. I was like, oh, okay, so now I'm moving. Now I'm looting. Now I'm getting the stuff I need. I'm starting to understand the feel of the game, the flow of the game. And it's Fallout 76. It's not going to run at a perfect 60, especially on console. I don't know about over on the PC side with the Battle Royale specifically, but I had fun with it, and I would be down to go back to it.
Yeah, I think we have to at some point.
It works better if you know how Fallout feels and how that plays, because then you kind of know how this game works.
For sure.
Yeah, fun. I liked it.
Normally we would get into what our battle royale of the week is, but we decided to wait. We were going to talk about Hyperscape some, but Hyperscape's full release is on August 11th, and we kind of want to see how it plays on Xbox and PlayStation, and with their crossplay and how that all feels, because I honestly think it will be nuts if PC players are playing against Xbox players. and bad for the Xbox players in that scenario, unless there's some sort of aim assist. But so we're just gonna wait and see what that game comes out with. The only thing I just wanted to add was I played 2 matches of the solos mode, which they in the previous beta or alpha or whatever it was, they had a cloudy area and you couldn't see very far, and so this is just like the normal mode with solos, and it didn't feel particular. I mean, it felt great, like the movement and everything. I got dominated twice pretty quickly, if we're being honest. I honestly don't think I could ever get a solo win in that game, but we'll see, I guess.
It'll be interesting to see how what the play style is like when console launches. That will be interesting, but it'll also be interesting to see like if the game gets a little boost.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it will.
For sure.
I mean, when I've played Hyperscape, we played it when it first launched with that beta a couple of weeks ago, and then we played it when it came back. And I had a ton of fun with this game every time I play it. Every time I play this game, it's a good time. And part of that is, attributed to what you said, Matt. Like the movement in this game is just next level. It's so fast. You drop in, you're jumping around. Even some of the abilities are built to just
make you jump
higher,
to
get as vertical as you possibly can. And I think that's what separates this game from a lot of battle royales out there. Is that I've never played a battle royale with this level of verticality, which is this level of up and down, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to play it with that console launch on the 11th. I think is the console launch, and that should be a lot of fun. And I do hope the game gets a little boost in popularity, because the numbers have gone down, and we'll just have to see what happens.
For sure. Kevin, any thoughts on Hyperscape?
I think I'm the one who played the most after the second beta come out, because I did play a good amount the first week, and pretty much the same as like the last little beta they had. The only thing new they added was that harpy gun, that submachine gun, and a new ability. I don't think I ever tried the new ability. What it was. Yeah, I never tried the new ability because I just went with the old stuff I liked.
Yeah,
but I did try out the harp. Is it a shockwave? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I tried out the shockwave.
The shockwave was pretty awesome. Good. Because if you aim at the ground and hit it, you just go flying, and it's the same thing with like that slam ability. I've watched a lot of people play this games where they're not even using the slam ability to slam people. They're using the slam ability to jump up high in the air, which is super. I think is super cool.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to use the slam ability, to be honest.
On a smart people there, But yeah, I used the harpy a bit. I liked it. Not bad. I just keep going back to the same old guns,
Yeah.
Grab that
the Hex
and
Skybreaker.
Yeah.
Skybreaker, yep.
That or interchanged with change it out with that assault rifle. What is it called? Yeah. Go back and forth with those ones. But yeah, not bad. I want to see for the full release, see what happens with
what game modes it starts out with will be interesting as well.
Yeah. I want to see how it feels on console, how it feels on PC. If they change anything out of that.
Is there crossplay?
I think so.
That's confirmed.
We'll see.
I'm pretty sure.
I can look it up in a bit, but yeah, I don't know if they announced anything like that, but I think they did. I don't remember. I'll look it up. But yeah,
maybe it's cross progression. I don't know.
The thing I'm very interested in is to see how Ubisoft does that, because most of these crossplay things, Call of Duty, you've got your Activision account. But
that's
what carries.
Ubisoft tries to get you to sign up for their account system in like Assassin's Creed, and like I've signed up for it, so I'm sure that they can just use that.
Yeah, that's what my question is they're just going to use Uplay, like
that would be my guess.
Just your Uplay account that allows you to keep your progression in crossplay.
Yeah, that would be my assumption at least.
It does.
Yeah, good for them.
It says it will have crossplay.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. I had a lot of fun with this game when we played it, and I really hope that it gets that little boost from the console launch.
I think they are adding another ability and another gun, which at some point it kind of feels like it has a lot of those. It will be interesting to see if at some point it will just be like, there's too many of these because you need the other ones to upgrade the abilities. on the map,
which is cool.
So it'll be interesting to see if too many weapons or abilities ends up hurting the game a little bit at some point.
We'll see. I don't think it does. I mean,
they can always vault them too. I mean, we've
that's true.
Vault stuff, a ton.
Yeah. And then the final thing we're going to discuss this week is we did a triple threat challenge. Perhaps the weirdest triple threat challenge. Perhaps the easiest one. I honestly don't know.
Probably.
We were all there, right?
Yeah, we were all there. Yeah. It was us and Mike, right?
Rest in peace, Mike. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Mike. He has been sacrificed to the Xbox gods.
Yep.
He's
Tahoe.
He's the newest nephew of Larry Herb, Major Nelson. He's hitting for that Spencer one too. So we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah, but triple threat challenge.
So our triple threat challenge was Super Animal Royale, Realm Royale, and Warzone. And I thought at the beginning, I was like, okay, we decided to do it after we won one Super Animal Royale. And I was like, oh, we're probably not going to win another one. And then I was like, it's probably going to take us a while to get the Realm Royale one. And we're going to be like 5 hours into Warzone before we get a win. And that turned out not to be the case, believe it or not.
Yeah, did the whole thing in about 2 hours.
We won the next game. We won 2 games in a row of Super Animal Royale.
So yeah, we won the first game of Animal Royale, and Mike either Mike or Kevin was like, we should triple that challenge, and I was like, well, we're not going to get in. I mean, do we count that? And I think it was Mike said, no, that one doesn't count.
No, yeah. Like, no.
we have to get a win in this now. So we won the very next game of Super Animal Royale,
which is incredible. I was shocked.
And then we went over to Realm, and I think we won in the second or third match of Realm.
Yeah,
second
I
one.
think so.
It was the second match of Realm. And then we jumped on the Warzone and got a win
the first game
that we got.
I can't believe that.
A good win. A good win too. Like, Kevin, I think you had like 9 or 10. I had 6 or 7.
I had 3. Yeah.
So I can't believe we pulled it off. I can't believe we did pull that off.
I can't believe it was that quick, to be honest.
Yeah.
We ended up playing like something else after that, like 2 other games after that.
Halo,
too.
I think we went to play Halo.
Yeah, we went to play Halo.
We went to play Halo after that.
Yeah, the funny thing about this triple threat challenge, I'd done it before with Mike and Degato, I think it was, where we did, what was it? I know it was PUBG.
Apex,
yeah, PUBG, Apex, and it was Warzone. And didn't go well. Because
I've never won a game of PUBG.
I've never won a game of PUBG either.
But it was a BS win.
Okay. I've never won a game.
I won pretty good amount of PUBG wins, but
I haven't played that much squads though, in my defense.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of solo in PUBG.
I think we did Warzone and then Apex and then we did PUBG. And PUBG was a tough one to get the win.
The wild thing is like with Warzone, it's just like you could get the first game win, but you could also be like 8 hours in and just be like, I quit now and I haven't won all night, because we've done that plenty of times where we haven't gotten to win all night.
Yeah, there have been lots of nights where we struggle for like 4 or 5 hours in a row. We just call it. I remember when Mike was playing with Game Attack Team and Andy. Yeah, like 2, 3 or 4 weeks ago, they struggled for a long time to get the win, like hours and hours and hours without a win. And yeah, you can have those nights in Warzone. So the fact that we just jumped in and got that first match was epic. It was so epic.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I actually, during our first game of Super Animal Royale, I tried out controller and I was like, I can't do this, and I went back to keyboard and mouse immediately.
Really?
I could not deal with I just felt like I didn't have as much ability to, or like 360 ability to aim, because like in mouse it's like infinite aim points, and I felt like it was like chunked out in like 15 degrees segments and on controller.
I liked it.
Go ahead, Kev.
I liked it on controller just because it's a circle, so pretty much that's what you're doing. You're moving around in a circle on the game, so it felt right for me on controller.
Interesting.
Everything, if it's not an RTS, I'm gonna play it on controller. That's just how I am.
What did you do? Realm Royale on controller? I did it on keyboard and mouse for that one.
Well, he was playing on Xbox on
yeah, you're right. I mean, you can plug in
I
a keyboard and
keyboard
mouse.
and mouse like all the time now. It's my preferred.
I'm a controller boy.
Anything third person, I had to do keyboard and mouse. It feels right.
I haven't ever played Fortnite with a keyboard and mouse though.
It's so hard.
I bet it is.
I prefer keyboard and mouse on Fortnite.
Really?
Yeah, I liked it better, especially for the building. When I kind of got used to it a long time ago, it felt more right, I guess, building on keyboard and mouse. It is a lot easier though on controller though too. So
yeah.
So we did this triple threat challenge. If we do it again, what games will we do it?
I mean, any other 3 set of games that we do it with will be more difficult than this one.
Yeah, I feel like this.
We got lucky because those kids that usually run us over in Super Animal Royale weren't there.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Which I'm surprised they weren't there.
Yeah, and then Realm's crossplay, so maybe we just got lucky. I don't know.
I think a lot of people who play Realm Royale probably aren't going in with the mindset of I have to win right now. You know what I mean?
I don't know. We've gotten 2 wins in Realm somehow.
Mm-hmm.
We got so many wins in I can't believe we got a win in Fortnite last week either.
Yeah.
But we did that somehow.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So many battle royales. So many of them are so bad.
Yeah, that's also true. But yeah, what would you want a different one? What weird combination would you choose if we could do another one? Or when we do another one, because I'm sure we will attempt this again.
I'm going to choose the hardest ones right now. I'm going to do Cuisine Royale, Ring of Elysium, and Fortnite.
Oh, I don't even know if we could get the population Ring of Elysium to pull off a win.
We'll get the
we won't win. We will not win a Ring of Elysium game. It will not happen.
Well, I mean,
the people who played that game still are so freaking good that there's no way. And you're only going to get in a lobby with those people.
Assuming you can even get in a lobby without it timing out for the thing is, we're not going to try the Ring of Elysium one because we don't want to have back-to-back timeouts of over 10 minutes while queuing. So we'll probably avoid that. But I mean, the classic one of PUBG, Apex, and Warzone would be good and challenging.
I think, I would do the big 3: Apex, Warzone, and Fortnite. Let's see if we can get a win in each of the big 3 in one night.
Yeah, I'm just so out of practice in Apex. I feel like
Apex for me, when I go back and play it takes me a couple games because I'm so used to Warzone and just how fast you feel in Warzone. And then when you go into Apex, it feels like, have you ever had a dream and you punch something in a dream and it feels like you're underwater? You know what I mean? That's what Apex feels like. When you go, to Apex from Warzone, it just feels like you're going so much slower than you should be.
Cuisine would also be a difficult one. I don't know. I think if we were going to do one, I would want to do either one of the mainstay ones or try and do Hyperscape, Warzone, and Fallout 76 for a real weird throw it in there one.
That would be good. Yeah, toss in that nuclear winner. That would be funny. I think Hyperscape's a good pull. We've only won Hyperscape once. I have.
That would be tough for sure.
Got one win.
I haven't gotten any wins yet because I wasn't there for that.
I got that win too.
It sucks that some games are trios and some games are quads, though.
That's a tough part.
It kind of makes it a little bit more of a bummer.
Maybe not,
because then you have to leave another person out. It was nice that we could do squads on all 3 of the games that we chose.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, Matt. That's a good point. We chose 3 games with squads. What are these people doing with trios, man? I don't know, man. Rocket Arena was trios. Why? I mean, 4's always been the number. There's no need to change it now.
Apex, I feel like they started with trios, and the maps kind of fit trios. I think it would mess it up if it was quads. Plus, you're taking a lot of teams off the board if it's quads instead of trios, and you're running the same total number of 60 on or 80. What 60. Is it on? 60, yeah. Yeah, you're taking a lot of teams off the board in that scenario.
15 teams of 4, yeah, that's not.
It would be, no. It would be interesting to see Apex do a quads weekend thing, limited time mode.
They've done duos before. right?
Yeah. No, duos is permanent now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I've hopped into duos a few times still. I think I like duos more than trios.
it sounds hectic. It sounds a lot faster.
It is, but at the same time, it's easier to keep track of like which team you've killed. I feel usually.
Yeah, that would be fun. We'd have to come up with what we want to do.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, anyone have any other final thoughts on our triple threat challenge or any of these video games?
Played a lot of games this week.
We sure did. I feel like next week we might be playing 2 games or 3 games.
Yes,
3.
Played
What's 3?
a lot of games this week.
I don't know. I saw Mike tweeted about that Army Man game.
Mike's crazy.
What?
Dude, Mike's weird, dude. Mike, go back to work, dude.
Yeah.
Stop tweeting at work.
He has such particular taste. So this week, Warzone Season 5.
And Fall Guys is
y'all want
what
to
we're going to
talk
talk about next week.
Real quick, what are you like? I don't want to take up too much time, but what do we want to see? Season 5 hasn't dropped yet. Yeah, Season 5 hasn't dropped yet. What do we want to see in Warzone Season 5?
And
planes and automobiles?
No, trains.
Oh, okay.
Trains and blowing up the stadium. Going.
Stadium's got to open up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see something happen that change. Like, I don't want them to be teasing this and then there not to be like some semi-major map change.
Mm-hmm.
If they tease the stuff that they've teased with like an explosion around the stadium and like a train and all that stuff, and the only thing that happens is like a train gets added to the map, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, I don't think they can afford to have a repeat of Season 4 where people were really excited for the launch of this new season. What's going to happen? Everybody's speculating, and then just nothing happens. Like that, you know what I mean? They have to make a change, and whether or not that's stadium opening up, whether or not that's some submarine under the eyes beneath dam busting out and launching a nuke, like something's got to happen.
I love the idea that Boney had like forever ago with the dam breaking and it being like a waterway now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe they add boats. You know what I mean? Like that would be super cool. And there have been boats in PUBG, right? So like, I don't see why not.
I mean, the thing about that is they need to add the swimming animation, so because you can't
swim
at all.
That's a little tougher.
Yeah, there's no part in the game you swim. So
did you swim in Blackout?
Yeah.
That was
a cool thing about it.
Like for me, I don't know what it's gonna be, but I know that I am expecting something. And we talked about this last week with Fortnite. Is the expectations are just so high for a big change, and Warzone has to do something big for Season 5.
They can't just add new contracts and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm like happy to accept new contracts and new guns. Like we're getting those 2 things probably.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it feels like it needs like a little bit something more. Mm-hmm. And it would be great if we get a little map switch up.
Yeah, and like Kevin was saying earlier before we started, the show is like we're basically just waiting for Season 5 right now.
Yeah.
I mean that's why we didn't play this week.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we played so many games this week. Is because like we've beat Season 4 of Warzone to death. Like we're just at that point.
Once you've maxed the battle pass and hit level 155 again for like the 5th time, it's just kind of like I'm not gonna keep playing. Like at least if the battle pass is there, I feel like I have motivation to go back to complete it. I don't know why, but it is a thing for some reason. And once we completed both those, I mean, you guys completed it far ahead of when I did. Kevin and Mike did. But but once I completed it, I was like, not as motivated to go back in.
Yeah, there's just nothing to do. And like when we were jumping in a late season, it's because I was trying to level up the Bruin and run that new gun that I had just unlocked.
It'll be interesting to see if any of those things get nerfed too. Like whether the Bruin or the Grau gets nerfed again. Or I mean, it would be great if they added another equipment thing. Like the spider scope is trash. Maybe they can adjust that a little bit. That would be nice as well. The fact that it takes like a full 3 seconds of like looking at someone for it to tag is what's the point? Like if you're trying to like make like the sniper feeling with like, oh, you got your guy with the spotter scope and then your guy with the sniper rifle right next to you. Like,
I mean, to be fair, you can just tag with the pinging system quicker.
Yeah, true.
You can just use that instead of that marker thing, or you can use both.
Would y'all rather see, if you had to pick one or the other, they either introduce some moving element to the map like a train, or they completely change a portion of the map? Which would you rather have?
Change a portion of the map.
Train.
Train
would be cool.
I want to see how that
train could be cool.
I want to see what's that like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem with trains in general, from playing Apex a lot, is that it's only so useful past like one circle, and sometimes it's only useful for half of a circle because it cuts off part of the path of the train, and you're not really getting the advantage of getting a quick rotation into the zone that you would unless they're like running multiple trains, which I guess is a possibility. Like there's like 10-15 trains on that map right now.
I think something about the train that's cool is like we know where the hotspots are on the Warzone map right now. They're pretty much, they are where they are, and I think introducing something like a train gives the map a possibility of having a hotspot that sort of moves. And I think that's a really, really cool idea.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun when you land there and it's like a crazy battle in Apex. The one thing on Apex, I don't know if this will happen in Modern Warfare. It probably depends on the like engine that it's running on. But in Apex, when you're running forward on the train, you run slower, and when you're running backward on the train, you run faster. And that's just like not how gravity works.
Right.
But yeah, besides that, Apex's train is pretty fun if it's wild, and if it's not wild, you can just stop it and like grab all the loot off of it and go stop somewhere else to kill some people, which is fun.
Can't wait what happens.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Like I said, there's got to be something. It's good.
There does.
If they're gonna launch season 5, they got to make a change. They cannot.
It's got to be bigger
it's a
than
new season, a new battle pass, and some new weapons. It's like that's not going to be enough this time.
It's got to feel bigger than the mid-season update. The mid-season update, like, okay, there's a sniper rifle that no one really wants to use, and there's another contract I think they might have added in the mid-season. I can't remember.
The time runs, the supply runs.
Yeah. So like you got to do something that makes it feel unique and that it's a lot bigger than just a mid-season update. Like that's good for a mid-season update for like a new contract and a new gun, but the gun has to be useful in the war zone.
Yep.
Maybe they can buff that gun a little bit.
Wait, which gun? I wasn't paying attention. Which gun?
The Rytech was the mid-season ad, and it like there's not a reason to use it in the war zone.
Yeah,
as far as I can tell.
I would like a buff to the AX50, but that's just me. You know what I mean?
You just want to have the one hit kill on them.
Yeah, you want the power of the HDR with the aim down sight speed of the AX50. I get you.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited. Right. So that we got season 5 this week, and then Fall Guys on the 4th. So that's on Tuesday. That's big.
Well, we're gonna talk a lot about those two things next week, and those might be the only topics. To be honest, we'll see.
We might be ranking,
Fall Guys because it is battle royale.
Yeah.
We have an offset and just rank the seasons for Warzone.
Oh, we could do that, but
have to do some research.
I feel like a bunch of them would be tied because there's not that different. But unless season 5 adds something that's like dramatic. They've already said they're adding characters, but that doesn't really do it for me, personally.
Maybe it doesn't work then. Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, we can think about it. We just have to have a list of all the things they added per season and be like, okay, cool. All right.
Season 4, so season 3.
That's the number 1 season because the Grau was added.
3, that's number 1. Or Bruin.
Season 1 was the best because the M13 has been there the whole time, and I love the M13.
Season 5 is gonna be the best.
Planes. It would be cool if they added, besides trains, like if they added another thing, like motorcycles or something.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I've been looking for a new vehicle too, Maddock, and that's why I said boats.
I just want a
like
backflip, you know. Give me a car I can backflip.
Yeah, it would be
just
cool
want a
if
car I
they
can
had a
backflip.
motorcycle. Like they got the ATV. Bring in a dirt bike. You know what I mean? Bring in something.
And then we can all just jump on each other's heads to move around the map.
Yep. Imagine seeing 4 guys standing on top of each other on a motorcycle, just going across the map. That'd be hilarious.
Would be amazing. All right, I think that will do it for us this week. You can catch Washburn at twitch.tv/Washburn135.
That's correct.
Kevin at Kevin Ace X on twitch.tv.
That is not incorrect.
Any final words before we go, everyone?
Keep gaming.
Playing Fall Guys. It'll be fun. PS Plus.
Yeah, play Fall Guys.
A game of the month.
Yeah, serious game of the year contender. Check that out this week.
All right. And then, so until next time, comms out.